So today I'm directly starting with the lab, okay? Satyam,
Yes, sir.
तुम्हारे पास वो प्रोसेस का जो मैंने नोट करने के लिए बोला था कि 5 और 6 प्रोसेसेस ऑफ लाइब्रेरी मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम वो है?
सर डीएफडी वगैरह तो बनाया था सर मैंने, है मेरे पास वो।
डीएफडी बनाया था ना? So
यस सर।
can you share your screen? I'm making you host, co-host, okay? Can you show me your DFT?
Okay sir, I will show you sir.
Oh. Share your screen and show me the DFD level 0 and level 1, okay, for library management system.
Sir, this was level 0 sir.
Neha, did you attend any of the lab classes? Yes, yes, yes.
No, sir. I couldn't attend the lab.
Neha, are you there?
Yes, sir.
You did not attend any lab class, right?
No, sir. I couldn't attend, sir. This is my first lab. So I attended
Okay.
classes, sir, but
Okay, we are talking about DFD diagram.
I
Okay.
couldn't see, sir, because of my network.
And see now you can see Shatam is sharing screen.
Yes, sir.
Is it
Yes,
visible
sir.
to
Yes,
you?
sir.
It's visible now. Okay. I think Vikalp, Anuradhan, Pragya, they have attended the last lab class. I hope so. So for Neha, you just install the software eDraw Max. Okay. Then you try to draw the level 0 diagram, DFD diagram of library management system. Whatever Shattam shared in Shattam, share it again. Why did you
Sir,
close it?
is that software available for Mac?
Yes, yes, it is free. You can search it in Google. Okay.
eDrawMax.
ये नहीं था. So this was calculator.
eDraw Max.
Yes, sir.
This was for calculator. For library management system. Show me the level 0 DFT. Neha, you first download the software and install it. Then you can try.
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's okay, Satyam, but you have to mention the name or the
name.
yes. For data flow, you have to mention everything there. Like user to library management system, that might be request,
Yes sir.
like return, issue, or renewal, these kinds of requests. And from library management system to what it can be, like you can say
We can have an arrow
request for the user,
to
like
library.
whatever user is requesting. Yes.
So we can have an arrow from admin to library also, sir. Like request and grant, both things are there, sir, for both the user and admin, sir.
Yes, 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 yes. Exactly. You can have that. is conducting some examination here. Uh, Let me show the no. First, you show me the level 1 DFT diagram. I hope you have created it.
So let me first search it, sir. I don't think I have it. I forgot to save it or
Okay. Today I'll end this DFT discussions and the lab regarding DFT diagram. We have seen the level 0 means context diagram, level 1 DFT. I'll show you the library management system level 1 DFT along with the level 2 DFT today. Okay, this is for today's lab. Then I'll provide you a question, this kind of a semester question. It is very common question in semester to draw some DFT and some details about DFT. I'll share you the question and you have to answer me. You have to solve the inter question you have to write and submit me after the class. From next day, I'll start the ERD diagram. It will take maximum 1 or 2 days. 1 day is for discussion. If I can complete it in 1 day, it's very will be okay. That will be okay. But for now, we will see the level 1 DFT. Then a little bit discussion about level 2 DFT. The management system level 2 DFT. Then okay. So Shaktam, level 1 DFT you did not save it, right?
sir, I forgot to save it, sir.
Okay. Show how we can system level 1 DFT. This is my you can draw it by yourself, but I'm showing you just for an example how we can draw or how process will be organized. These things I'll show you. Okay, so for context diagram, is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Context diagram for library management system. Okay, so for context diagram, we just have one process which is library management system, and we mention it 0. This is the number of the process, and we have user as entity and admin. Suppose admin as another entity. Okay, so user can issue book, user can issue book, can renew one book, or issue renewal What a user can do in the library, he can take a book, means issue. He can renew the book, and the last process is return, right? So a user can issue, return, and renewal. Suppose data flow is denoting that issue, return, and renewal request to the library management system. Is that clear? Is it visible clearly?
No, sir,
No,
it's blur.
sir. No, sir. It's blur.
It's blurred, na? Okay. Now is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Issue, return, and renewal request. User can request for issuing a book, a return a book, or renewal for a book. Okay, to the library management system, user can request. And if the user is very new to this system, then first you do registration, like you need to take the membership, right? So another request can be from user to library management system is membership, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Membership request. And after taking membership, when is a regular customer or a regular user, another term will be there, login request. So these two types of data flow for user for library management system. There is a user who can issue a book, return a book, or renewal a book, and for the very beginning, he can take the membership for the library management system, and if he is a member, then he can log into the system. After that, he can issue, return, or renewal any kind of work he can perform. Okay. So this is for user to library management system, and now from library management system to admin, which kind of task will perform between library management system and admin? Tell me. Anything from the user is requesting for a book, or user is requesting to access the library management system, that means the membership or login, anything from the user side. For validation, of user request, or simply validation of user request. The information will be shared to the admin, and the admin will check if the user is valid, if the book that the user has issued it is valid book, or it is the all exists or not, something like that. The admin will check, right? For the validation, or the validation of the user request. The validation of the user request. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear? Now, if user requests something to the library management system, and library management system forwards this request to admin checks the validation of the request. After that, it grants the permission. Na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then another request can be this grant user permission, right? So draw the level 0 DFD for library management system in this way. Okay. What we know in level 0 DFD diagram, or in context diagram, we'll just show one process. We'll just show one process and external entities, along with the external entities. There can be two or more external entities. Okay. We have to mention the process number here. The process number is 0, right? And along with that, every time in every component, we have to put the label on for the data flow, for a external user entity, for a process. We have to mention the name of the process. We have to mention the data flow level, and we have to mention the external entity name. Okay. So keep it in mind. Every time, in every data flow, every external entity and process should be labeled. Okay. So if it is clearly visible, then you can take a screenshot of it, and after that, draw the diagram in eDrawNext using the software. Draw the same diagram. Okay, is it clearly visible?
Yes, sir.
Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot, or if it is not clear, then you can draw it in your copy. Shall I erase it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So erasing it. Okay. Okay. Now level one DFD for library management system. What we need? What we need? We need some processes, right? In a library management system, in level zero DFD, we have just one process. Now we have to expand it. Means suppose you are using Google Map, right? You are using Google Map. Uh, in a region, you are searching a region like the state West Bengal. It will show you the border of West Bengal, right? And whenever you are zooming it, the first thing that is the map of the West Bengal, it is level zero. Whenever you are zooming it, you can see the states of West Bengal, it is labeled one. And whenever you are zooming it again to see the towns, villages like that, just take it as an example. Okay, this is level two DFT. So we have to expand the level zero DFT of library management system to see the processes, the main processes that will perform. This system will perform some processes, right? So tell me, which kind of processes we can add to this system? Tell me.
We can add a function named membership, which grants the membership to the users. We can
Okay.
have
So
a
first membership, right?
yes,
So for membership, suppose the process is membership. This is one process. Okay. Then
sir, availability can be there, sir, to check the availability of the books.
yeah.
Sir, availability can be
What?
a function, sir, to check the availability of the books, sir.
To check the availability of the books. Okay, yes, this will be another process. But before that, after the one person, suppose one person is taking membership of the library management system. One person is taking membership for this library management system. Then for the next time, they have to log in. Na? So another process will be user login. Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Taking membership is not sufficient. We have to log into the system as it is a digital system, not typical system. So user login. This is another system. So suppose I'm showing you these two processes. Okay. For first process, that is membership, request from the user to take the membership. That means membership request will be there. Here we will not show any entity, okay, from the user to know that the membership request will be from the user. User will request for to take the membership. So I'm not showing you any external entity here, and without mentioning without drawing external entity, just take a data flow and mention the label right, any kind of workflow that it is going to perform, that is called membership request. Obviously this is from user. Okay. After getting a request from a user, membership process will work, right? This process will work when it gets any request from the user, right? Then the membership informations. We have to store the information next. We need a database. Okay. So for a database, suppose this is my data store. In DFT, we call it as data store. Suppose this data store, we can label it like user details. Okay. After taking the membership, the details will be stored in the user details. And what can I write here for the data flow?
Sir, we can have grant membership, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, we can write, sir, grant membership, sir. After granting the membership, it will restore.
No, we are storing the data in the database. Simply we can write store. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
We are storing the data to the database. The process will store the data to the database for future access, right? And see, from this database, we need the data for user login also. We need the data for user login also, no? We need the data for user login also. What can I write here? Simply the this is retrieval of information, right? So you can write retrieve details. Is it clear? A member, a user is requesting for taking a membership for the library management system. And whenever he put all his details, this membership process will store the details, user details, to a database. For the second time, when this user trying to log into the system, and this logging process will retrieve the information, user details information from the database. Na? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, for login, user have to request for login, right? So we can mention it here. Login request. Login request. Or simply we can design a portal something like that in the membership point. We know that we have seen in many websites that there will be a membership form, and below the membership form there will be a login form, right? So we can do something like this for the membership. User login process will get the login information or login request. Login request. It can be directly from the user or from a membership process. Anything you can do. Up to that, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now tell me another process. These are the very basic and initial processes. First, user needs membership, and if he or she is a member of the system, then the first thing is user login. This is the initial part. Now, coming to the next or main purpose of the project or main purpose of the library management system is to provide some platform with a user that he or she can access the system to issue some books, return some books, or renewal any book. Okay. So the next process, what will be the next process? Now we need user request, right? We need to ask user, or we need to provide a platform to the users that he or she can request or can share their inquiries. So this is user request. The process is user request. After the login, we need to do validation, right? If valid, if valid, then it will ask the user, right? So what basically is here I'm thinking that user is logged into the system, and this logging process is retrieving all the user information from the database. If it finds that it is valid user, this user is valid, then it will move to the next process, that is user request. Okay, now user can request what he want actually to perform. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, the one thing, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. I'll erase this membership and user login. After that, I will show just from user request to rest of the processes. I will show. Okay, take the screenshot. Then I will erase it.
Sir, what is after user details?
What?
Excuse me, sir. Sir, after the user details, the arrow, sir.
User details here.
Yes, sir. The what is it after that, sir? Return details.
Retry.
Okay, sir.
And writing is very cool. Take screenshot or you can note it in copy.
We have to expand user request in level 1 only, sir.
User request. No, you just have to show the overview of the processes, right? Overview of the processes. Then when we are in level 2, we'll show the details of that process. Means in level 2, we'll show the sub processes. Suppose the user request is here. In level 2, we'll expand it and we'll show the each of the requests as a process. Okay.
So like this diagram completes the level 1, sir, right now.
No, it is not complete. I've told you that in the last class, I've told you that we have to minimum show that show 5 processes. Okay. In a system, if we show 5 to 7 processes, then it is okay. Just I have shown you the 3 processes here. Note down it and I will erase them as it is not possible to draw here any more 2 processes. So you can I can draw here. So take a screenshot or note down it. From user request, I will show the other processes. And we need more databases also. For book, we need a database to store the book information. Mitadu?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, from user request, what we can do? After doing login and after the validation of login of user information, user is requesting to the system that I need book or I need to do a renewal for a book or I need to return a book. Okay. Now, what to do next? Suppose user have requested some query. Now, what to do next?
So we have to check if the request can be granted or not, sir.
Okay, request grant. It's possible. Request grant. But before doing this request grant, let me think it again. Suppose user has some request to issue book to or can be for renewal or to return a book. Everything is related to book now. So we need the database of book details. We need to need a database for book details. If a user wants to issue a book, he wants to issue a book, then we need to take the information from the database, book details database, right? If he wants to take renewal a book, then again we have to put the information to the database. If we want to return the book, then also we have to put the information to the database. So what kind of request our user is getting here? We need to put the information into our database. And the database is about book details. And Shabdama was saying that to grant the permission, but system will not grant the permission. The permission grant will be given by the admin, but we are not showing any admin part here. Only the user part I'm drawing. From the user, how it will work. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now what I can write here in this arrow or in this data flow, what will be the label for the data flow? Check book information from book details data store from book details database. Suppose this is a database. From book details database, user request, when user is requesting something to access, we need to check the book information first. For issuing, we need to check the book is available or not. To return the book, we need to check when the book was issued. We need to check these kinds of information. For renewal, also we have to update. We have to update the renewal period in the book details, right? So check the book information, or you can write update book details. You can write update book details also. Okay. Now will be another process. और कुछ ऐड कर सकते हैं हम यहाँ? और कुछ ऐड कर सकते हैं? बताओ. Confirm request. This can be another process. User is requesting for something and confirmation is required, na? Confirmation is required, and from confirmation to the book details. Suppose user is requesting to do the renewal of book. After confirmation, the details will be added to or updated to the database. Na? Is that clear? Confirm request can be one process.
Yes, sir.
Anything can be processed. Up to you. It is up to you how you are designing your system. I am telling that confirm request can be a process. That this is up to me. I think it can be a process. So whenever you are drawing any DUT, any level, in your question you will get something like that. Draw DFT for ATM service, right? Uh, you have to think it that which will be our processes or which can the process that I am choosing. Is it actually is it justified? We have to check the all the processes, right? And after that we can draw it easily, but before that we have to draw it in our mind. In our mind first we have to draw in our mind that this process I will add these processes. After that I will draw the entire thing. So confirm request can be our process here. After doing the confirmation or of any required books or something, we need to update it. We need to update it to the database. And from user request to confirm request, the data flow we can label it as check request, right? Is it clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then tell me another process which I can add. How many processes do we have till now? Four, right? We need to add another process. Minimum five processes will be there. Tell me which kind of process we can add. One more process can be there. Payment. How? Suppose the user wants to return a book, but there is a fine. Hmm? So one process can be fine calculation, or we can write a process payment. Is that it? So I'm adding a process like payment. It is payment. And whenever user confirms the request to return a book, the information is updated to the book details, right? And we can see that in book details in our database there is a record of fine. So database is providing a data. Database are providing information, not data, information, and it's fine information. Fine. If there is any fine, then user has to do payment. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes,
And
sir.
if not, any fine is not there, then this payment process will be skipped. This is only for return purpose. If there is any fine, so we can add this payment process. We can write book fine. Or anything different. Now we have 5 processes. I'm not adding any more process here to make it more complex. I don't want to make it more complex. Okay. So this payment is skippable, right? If a user is going to return any book and is there if there is any fine, then we have to do the payment. Else, this confirmed request is the last process, right? So from the confirmed request process, the information should be provided to the admin. Now the admin will get the information what user is requesting or which kind of task user is performing here. This information will be forwarded to the admin, and the user is preventing for the so payment for the fine, then this information also will be provided to the admin. Provide information. And here I can write payment information. Is that clear? The process is very easy. So our level 1 TAB will be something like this. Is that clear? We will not mention any, we will not draw any external entity here. Okay. If we can add external entity. Suppose for confirm request, the information that is provided to the admin, we can write admin here also, and for the payment information that is going to the admin also. So there are two external entities, admin and admin. Yes, we can write it, but we will not write it in this. Okay. Take a screenshot. Take a screenshot and draw the total level 1 TFT in eDrawmax. क्लियर है कि नहीं बोलो? सत्यम,
Yes, sir.
is that clear?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
I'm not getting any response from you today.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. Uh, now draw. Okay. Neha, do you know how to draw in eDraw?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? I'm not getting you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I did not get you. Did you know how to draw these diagrams in eDraw?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then draw the level 1 diagram, and now just I'm telling you that suppose this user request, we have three kind of request. One is return request, another one is issue request, another one is renewal request. Now in level 2 diagram, we will expand the user request into three sub processes. Okay, and based on the sub processes, If we need any databases, then we will add the database to the. Suppose for renewal, we have to check the information from the databases, like when the user took the book and how many days the renewal period, something like this. We have to check all the details. It's for return the book, returning of book. We have to check when he issued the book, and based on that, the fines. We have to check all the fines and something. These details we need to check. So for that, we need some databases there, and if we need any database, we can add databases in level 2 DFT. For each process, if we need database for each process, then we can add it. But in level 1 DFT, just as showing one database is there, one data store is there. Hmm. Because the process is one here, so I have drawn one database. But if the process is expanded, then we will get three sub processes, and for three sub processes, it can be possible that we need three databases there. So we can draw any of the we can draw any numbers of databases. Okay. So this is the difference between level 1 and level 2 DFT, where in level 1 DFT, it is visible that we need just one process, one database, one data flow is there. But when we are doing expansion, when we are expanding it, then it may be possible that there is two or more databases or processes, sub processes are there. Okay, is that clear? Is that clear? I'm erasing it. Okay. Now, just mention the number of processes in level 1 DFT. In level 1 DFT, we had 5 processes. I've shown you 5 processes. Okay. Now we have to mention the numbering of each process. To the each process. Suppose for the first process, we need to mention it as 0 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 processes. For 5 processes, we need to mention 5 numbers. Okay, 0 0.2, 3, 4, 0.5. Now, suppose I am taking this 0.1 process for level 2 DFT. For level 2, I am selecting this 0.1 process. For each of the processes, you can draw level 2 DFT if it has any sub processes. Suppose this level 0.1 process, and this process, the name of the process is user request. User request. This is 0.1, and this user request process has sub processes. One is for issue, return, and renewal. Okay. For issue, we need to mention the number of each sub-processes also. As this sub-process is for 0.1 process, so we'll mention it as 0.1.1. first sub-process, 0.1.2, the second one, 0.1.3 for the third one. We need to mention the numbers of the processes. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, let me show you an example. Suppose issue is my process. Check book details. This is another process. I'm drawing a label to table, okay? For user details process. So issue, it was 0.1.1. Now we need to check the book details. So whenever user is requesting to issue take some books from the library, okay, request from user. Now we are issuing a book. Before doing the issue, we have to check the book is available or not. Check the book details. So book validation, a data flow will be there, right? Now, if the book is available, for checkbook details, this process, we need to access the database because without accessing database, the process will not work. How can this process check the book's availability or not? The information are stored into the book details database. So it is accessing the book details. Okay. And the process is 0.1.2, suppose the second process. Now, check book details, it is okay. For another process, another sub-process of book request or user request was returned, right? Suppose it is 1.2, it is 1.2 and this one is 1.4. Suppose another process is 1.3. Okay. So this is also the same request from the user. Request from user. And this return process will need to access this checkbook details also. Isn't that it? This process will also access this checkbook details, and checkbook details is again accessing this book details database. Is that clear? How it is working actually?
Yes, sir.
When we are expanding the user details, user request process, we found that issue, return, and renewal. Three sub processes are there, and three sub processes are simultaneously using some common processes, which is check book details. They are using a common database also. Is that it? So this is how we have to draw the label to DFD. I will draw the label to DFD for what library management system for request user request. In the next class, I'll show you. But for time being, you just draw the level 2 diagram also in your eDrawMax software and show me in the next class. Then I will show you how to draw the draw the actual library management system user request gateway. Okay, level 2 gateway. I'll show you in the next class. But you have to draw. You have to draw by your own idea. You have to provide your idea also. I want to see. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, the first task is draw the level 1 DFT similarly as I have shown you with enormous. Okay. Now you can draw now. Do I need to show anything or you can draw? Do I need to show it in software or you can draw? Tell me. This is the level 0 DFT. Okay, so what was in this data flow, what I have written? What I wrote in the blackboard, in the board.
Sir, issue return renewal request, sir.
Yes, issue return renew. Okay.
So
And
request. There was request also, sir.
membership request, right? Membership request. And from admin, I've given wrong direction. Now is that okay?
Sir, from admin to LMS, sir, grant user permission.
Grant user permission. Then
Sir, from LMS to admin, there is for validation of user request, sir.
validation of user request. Okay, so this is level 0 DFT. Now for level 1 DFT, what was there? The first process was, what is the name of the first process?
Membership.
Membership. The second process,
The user login, sir.
user login. And from membership to user login,
The
login request was there, right?
Yes, sir.
You can get the request separate from the user also, but for time being I'm mentioning it as a. And from membership we connected a database, right? A data store. User details. And user login will also access this user request, right?
Yes, sir. From user detail to user login, there is retrieve details, sir.
Okay, from user details to user login. Okay, and there is the name of the
Retrieve details, sir.
retrieve details. Then
Sir, a process user request is there, sir.
user request, process user request.
Yes, sir. Sir, from user login to user request, there is if valid, sir.
Invalid. Okay. Then
Sir, one more
yeah, we
process.
can add another process. Na, we can add a validation process also. We can add na, from user login, a validation process will be there. If the user is valid, we are taking information from the database, and if the user is valid, then user can uh, give
Yes,
some
sir. We
request
can
or
have date. So we can have a process retrieving data from the user details and validating it, sir.
yeah. So data validation or login validation, we can name it as data login validation, right? We can add a process. Okay, but it is not necessary, but we can add a process called login validation. After the validation, if the user is valid, then he can or she can access the system. Okay, this can be another variant, you can say, of library management system. When you are making the diagram in your laptop, add this process. Okay. For time being, I am showing you that user request is there, and from the user request, I guess there was another data store for book details, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. From user request to book details.
Book
What is
info.
the name of the data flow?
Book info, sir.
Book information, right? Book information. Then
So there is a process confirm request, sir.
confirm request. Confirm request.
Sir,
Confirm
from
request.
to confirm request, check request, sir.
Confirm request to what do you say?
From user request to confirm request, there is a check request, sir.
Okay. Check request. Okay.
Sir, from confirm request to book details, there is update, sir.
Confirm request to book details. There is update. Update book information. Okay. Next.
More processes there, sir. Named payment, sir. One more process named payment.
Okay, one more process is there. Yeah. Payment.
Sir, from confirm request to payment, there is book find, sir.
Confirm request to payment. There is book.
Book find, sir.
Fine.
And from book details to payment, there is find, sir.
So it is, I think, book fines or FINE.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. And next,
So there is an
next, what
outward
is there?
arrow, sir, from confirm request. An outward arrow is there, sir. Provide information.
Provide information and from user request. From user request, it was same thing, na? Provide information.
Sir, from user request there was nothing, sir. If valid was there, sir, but it is connected.
So from payment, there was payment information, sir.
Yes, sir. From payment there was an outward arrow named payment information.
Okay, okay, payment information was there. Payment information from user request, confirm request. No, there was no data flow. Okay, and we can add external entity here as admin, because these information are going to the admin. Okay, we can add that, or we can skip it also. What was there? I think this is retrieve details. Yeah, it's completely done.
Yes, sir.
And from membership, there was another arrow. Uh,
So it was inward arrow, sir.
Inward arrow, right?
Membership request.
So sorry. Membership request. Membership request. Okay. That is done. Now draw. Your task is to draw the label 2. The first task is draw the label 1. What I have said that you can add another process there for validation, user login validation. You can add this process also and make the level 1 DFT. Show me in next lab. Along with that, try to draw a level 2 DFT for this process, user request. Okay.
Okay, sir.
For this user request process, you need to draw the level 2 DFT. In your exam, you will find some questions like that. Draw a context diagram of library management system. Draw the level 2 DFT for library management system. Then draw the level 1 DFT for library management system. Then draw the level 2 of any of the process from level 1 of library management system. Okay, these kinds of questions are there in the semester. You can find these questions in Markout website, the previous year questions book. Okay, So the task is draw the level 1 DFD and try to draw the level 2 DFD. Okay, for user request. Okay. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So this is for now. Thank you.